The 2025 Europa League Final isn't just a match, it's a lifeline. For Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United, this clash in Bilbao is more than a shot at silverware. It's a battle to salvage pride, secure Champions League football, and validate their season's effort. Welcome to our comprehensive preview of this high-stakes encounter. The 2025 Europa League Final between Spurs and Manchester United is more than just a European showdown. It's a defining moment for these two clubs, both teetering on the edge of disappointment after turbulent seasons. For Tottenham Hotspur, the stakes are monumental. Under Ange Postecoglou, Spurs started the Premier League season as one of the more exciting teams to watch. The Australian coach had brought an attacking identity back to North London, and for a while they looked like a team who were on the up and up. But as the season wore on, injuries to key players, especially in defence, it started to expose the squad's fragility. A lack of depth and drop points against bottom half teams saw them fall down the league and are currently sitting in 17th position. With no Champions League football secured through the league via their position, this is their only route back into Europe's elite competition. Lifting the Europa League trophy would not only mark their first major European title since 1984, but also validate Postecoglou's project and set the tone for next season. For a club that's often mocked for falling short in big moments, this is a golden chance to rewrite the narrative. In the other corner, we've got Manchester United, who arrive in Bilbao under equally intense pressure. After a chaotic and poor start to the season by Manchester United under Erik ten Hag, Manchester United then appointed Ruben Amorim mid-campaign. It didn't really bring the stability and clear tactical direction that they were ultimately looking for though. United's league campaign has been marred by inconsistency, injuries, and just a lack of chemistry in the attack. For a club of United's stature, one of the most successful clubs in European history, missing out on Champions League altogether would be a major setback. Winning the Europa League would not only bring a much needed trophy back to Old Trafford, but it would also give Amorim some breathing room as he attempts to rebuild this squad in his image. Beyond the tactical battles and the star power, this final represents identity and momentum. Two clubs in somewhat transition, two managers trying to stamp their philosophy, and only one can claim salvation. For Spurs, it's just about turning potential into silverware. For United, it's about restoring lost pride. This isn't just about Europe, it's about who moves forward and who risks falling further behind. To understand how this final may play out, we need to break down the tactical DNA of both sides, two contrasting philosophies clashing on the biggest stage. Let's start off with Tottenham Hotspur. Under Ange Postecoglou, Spurs have adopted an aggressive, possession-based 4-3-3-4-2-3-1 system. With Spurs, it's all about controlled chaos, high-risk, high-reward football. Spurs like to build from the back with bravery, encouraging their fullbacks to invert into central areas while midfielders push high and wide. This transforms their shape into a 2-3-5 when attacking, stretching opposition lines and overloading the final third. Postecoglou's approach prioritizes fast transitions, vertical passing, and relentless pressing out of possession. Their pressing structure is designed to suffocate the opponent, win the ball high up, and strike before defenses can reset. It's why they've looked so dominant in spells this season, but it also comes with a level of vulnerability. When their high line is bypassed, the space behind becomes a danger zone, especially with makeshift defensive pairings due to injuries. On the other side, when we look at Manchester United under Ruben Amorim, they've undergone a bit of a tactical evolution of sorts, but the results are not really matching what they're trying to do. But as we know, Amorim, he does favour the 3-4-3 system, which can then morph into a 3-2-5 when they're in attack. So United's build-up usually starts with the 3 centre-backs and 2 pivots in the middle of the park who are there to control the tempo of the game. The wingbacks, they try to stretch the play, while players like Bruno Fernandes are allowed to roam free as a free 8 linking transitions. You can tell by the way Manchester United play under Ruben Amorim, they're not a team who are going to look to blow teams away with intensity. They're trying to be a little bit more surgical and wait for the right moment to penetrate, often through calculated rotations or overloads on one side. Out of possession, you can tell Manchester United have become more pragmatic. Amorim has tried to install a mid-block that adapts depending on the opposition's shape. They press selectively, often focusing on blocking central progression rather than blindly chasing the ball. This has made them harder to break down in some aspects, but questions are always going to remain about how well they can handle an all-out pressing side, especially like Spurs for 90 minutes. It's chess versus boxing. If either manager gets their tactical approach right on the evening, they could tip this final decisively in their favour. So, of course, before we get into the key players for this game, we're looking at the predicted lineups. This is just a prediction. Of course, things could potentially change. When we're looking at Spurs, we can see they've set up in a 4-3-3 with Vicario in goal, Udogie, Van der Veen, Romero and Porro at the back, probably their strongest back line. In the midfield, they've gone with Sarr, Bentancur and Bissouma. Again, a very strong midfield with Son, Solanke and Brennan Johnson on that right-hand side. As we know, Kulusevski is injured. For Manchester United, they've got Onana in goal in their 3-4-2-1 shape, or 3-4-3, however you want to spin it. Euro, Maguire, Lindelof at the back with Mazraoui, Ugarte, Casemiro, Dorgu, Bruno Fernandes, Amad Diallo with Højlund up top. Pretty decent team from United. Let me know in the comment section before we move on to the key players who looks like they've got a stronger 11 here on the pitch. So now we turn the spotlight to the key players of both sides who could define the outcome of this high stakes encounter between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United. So of course, first up, we're going to go with the captain, and that is Bruno Fernandes, the creative force in the team. He has contributed to 19 goals and 19 assists for Manchester United this season. This is for a team who are languishing near the bottom of the Premier League this season. Those are absolutely phenomenal numbers, and I don't think Bruno Fernandes does get the respect he probably deserves. They're going to need him and his creative outlet in this game. Now we take a look at Tottenham's captain and talisman, and that is Heung-min Son. His leadership and goal-scoring prowess are vital, especially in the absence of other attackers such as Kulusevski. This season for Tottenham, he has contributed to 11 goals and 12 assists in all competitions. So of course they are going to need their main man up front. Next up for Manchester United, a player who's had a couple of injuries this season, but you could tell this is a very important player within Amorim's team and system, and that is Amad Diallo. He's delivered crucial performances in key matches across all competitions. Diallo's flair and creativity can unlock defences for Manchester United, and this season he has contributed to 10 goals and 9 assists. They are definitely going to need him, whether that be on the right or through the middle behind the striker. Next up for Spurs, we have got Pedro Porro, an ever-present figure in Spurs' Europa League journey. Porro's attacking runs from right back add an extra dimension to their play, and I believe with the system that Manchester United are going to go with, and with the system that Spurs always go with, down the flanks might be an interesting battle over there, whether it be on the left or the right, but definitely with Pedro Porro, he's got great deliveries into the box, so it should be an intriguing battle. Last but not least for Manchester United, we have got Casemiro, the most experienced player within their squad, the player who has won so many top trophies throughout his career with Real Madrid. They're going to need that level of experience, and I believe in a game like this, this is the type of player that you look to who is going to help you on your way to victory. He'll bring that level of stability, the leadership to United's midfield. It's going to be essential in these high pressure situations. And for Spurs, here is a player who, on his day, is probably one of the top centre-backs across Europe, and that is, of course, Christian Romero. He is a player that I think, a World Cup winner. He's got experience. He has got that defensive solidity when he is on his game. He's going to be crucial in trying to contain United's attacking threats throughout the game. And I believe in games like this kind of makes or breaks you as a player and as an individual. Now, as I mentioned before, he's won a World Cup, so he's used to these high pressure situations. But can he do it with Spurs, a team that's not known for doing well? It's going to be interesting. In a match where individual brilliance can tip the scales, these players hold the keys to their team's success. Their performances will not only influence the final score, but could also shape the narratives of their respective seasons. The stage is set in Bilbao for a Europa League final that hopefully promises drama, tactics, and high stakes. Will Tottenham seize their moment, or will Manchester United rise to the occasion? Guys, share your predictions in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth football analysis. I'm going to catch you guys soon after the final. Make sure you guys stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.